In this video, I'm going to Florida and the only camera I'm going to take is the Insta360 GO Ultra. I want to see if this could be used as a single vacation camera. So I'll test hiking, e-biking, low light, and see how well this does compared to my other cameras, which is the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Sony a6700. The only footage in this video will be the Insta360 GO Ultra, just so you can see how it does, because like I said, I'm only bringing one camera. So this is a good way to see if this is a single solution for vlogging as well as vacation videos. Size-wise, it's ideal. I love that you can wear it. My only concerns are it has a smaller sensor than the other two cameras, and the battery life is only like 50 minutes with the camera alone, and then in the dock about maybe 2.5 hours. So let's go ahead now, look at the footage that was shot over a week in Florida. I just have small snippets in there, but it starts in Illinois with a snowstorm that I know here, and then some of the different stuff that we did in Florida, just to give you an idea of what a general vacation would look like, and if this camera, the Insta360 GO Ultra, can do it all. So it's more the low light and the smaller battery life, because I plan to wear this camera more than handhold it. So those are the two things that I'm worried about, is the battery life as well as the smaller sensor in the camera for the low light shots. So on to the video. So starting out the trip here to Florida, we're starting out the day with probably about 6 inches of snow. See it all back there. I got mine all cleared up already, but our flight's been delayed already 3 hours, so it looks really nice though. Here I'm at O'Hare Airport, leaving the cold. It's like 25 degrees. Arrived at Sarasota. This is the area we're gonna have dinner at. And this is called Pinchers. They have outdoor eating and inside eating. Yum. At the UTC Mall in Florida. Just looking through the mall here. Not gonna do a lot here, but very sunny mall here. Going down the escalator here. Oh, long line for Starbucks. South Lido Beach. Pretty cold this morning. Trying to see what they have shelling wise here. So we'll see. Low tide is probably in another hour. So it's probably the best time to do some shelling. So we'll see. Here's where the bay meets the Gulf of Mexico. Here's a pretty decent shell. It looks actually pretty nice. Not broken. The blue sky starting to come through there. Hopefully this burns off. Warm up a little bit. Hey, look at all the shells. I'm videotaping as we're walking. Oh, you mean within the thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
So I'm here at the Sarasota Jungle Gardens. I guess you can feed flamingos, they have alligators and different birds, so we'll see what this is all about. The Rainbow and Gloria. Here's Alberta. Trooper. Here's Marcus. Here's a jungle trail. A lot of crosses and intersections. Here's a Sarasota Jungle Garden map. Under the arch there and into the flamingo area. Feed the flamingos.
Okay.
So funny, it feels like a little peck.
This guy's stealing them all. You're stealing them all. You gotta be nice.
You think I'm the tallest one?
You gotta share.
Oh yeah, they are drinking.
There's more water in here.
Johnny, here's alligator food if you want to feed them.
So I'm at Rothenbach Park. So it's 2.75 to go all the way around this. And then there's another trail in orange here that's 1 mile on the end of the water here. So to the left is the actual golf course with the with a tall fence. And on the right is the end of the water. So there could be alligators in there, so obviously you can't get close to it. So we'll go down this path a little bit, see what's down here. Just coming up on the state park where I'll be doing the mountain biking in about 15 minutes.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Scenic restrooms there. Coming up on the bridge here to see the alligators. A couple alligators there. There's the alligator on the shore and the other one there. Still on the bike ride, we just stopped here. Oh, there's a bird actually down there. Going on the off-road here.
Yes, so she lived, Bertha Palmer lived in a community called the Oaks.
Oh, yeah.
At Spanish Point. It's about, if you go to 41, it's maybe 15 minutes south. So she had accommodations here. There were cabins and stuff, but her primary... It says maximum 4 people. It does not collapse at 5 people.
Canopy Walk here. Going up to 76 feet. You can feel it swaying a little. Canopy view there. So in conclusion to this video, I will say the size of the camera was ideal. The fact that you could wear the camera was a huge plus. The audio straight out of the camera without even a wireless mic was actually exceptional. The image quality in the daytime was perfect. The colors really popped, especially with the flamingos. One of the negatives was the battery life did not last for me to shoot all day when I went to Lido Beach, St. Armand's, and then the Jungle Garden. It kind of ran out. I probably needed about 15 more minutes. So it was very close, but I kind of ran out. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Or you can bring a power bank and power it that way, which I should have done, but I wanted to make it just the camera to make it as fair of a video as I can. The last thing is I feel that the low light is lacking. They do have the pure video mode, and I have jitter detection on, or jitter correction on, and I still get very jittery video. I don't know why that is. So for low light, I'd say the camera is not ideal. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. I'll play around with it more with other things, but the low light video is probably the biggest thing that would make me carry a second camera with me if I was gonna, shoot a vlog or do a vacation video, because the low light is very, very grainy and it's very jittery. I don't know why that is. And I have all the stabilization on and jitter reduction and everything else, but it still did it. And even when I was in the Columbia restaurant, it was only it wasn't even dusk. It was inside, but it was bright inside, and it still had kind of an issue with that and the stabilization. On the mountain biking, it did an awesome job. That was mounted to my shirt. I mean, it held up. It kept the stabilization perfect. One thing I will say about if you mount it with the magnetic pendant, it was kind of like going and then it would just jar one way or the other and just have this little jarring motion. Not the jittering, but just jarring because the shirt wasn't tight enough. So that would be the only other thing. Just make sure you have a tight shirt. It can't be anything super heavy because the magnet won't work through it, but it does hold really well. So all in all, I'd give the camera probably an 8 out of 10. For daylight, probably a 9 out of 10, but just that low light, really negative, and I don't know why it's so grainy. I wish you could set the max ISO too, and I've not found a way to do that. And they have just the regular shooting modes. I could probably go into manual and do it, but it seems like it really puts the ISO up really high and it gets so grainy that the footage is not very presentable. Like I said, I really liked bringing this camera along. So I did also have my iPhone with me, but I made sure I only use this camera to make it as fair of a test as I could. In conclusion, I do feel like this camera for daytime shooting is actually really good and you can get away with it. As long as you have a power bank just to kind of top off the action pod in case you need a little extra juice, which that I don't think is a big deal. The main thing is just the low light I feel is very high ISO, very grainy and noisy, and just that micro jitter. Even with the micro jitter turned on, it just does not stabilize the video and even like remotely low light. So on that, I'd give it probably a 4 out of 10. So in conclusion, I'd give this camera an 8 out of 10 for shooting vacation videos and or vlogs. Like I said, I'd stay away from low light and nighttime scenes and just pretty much focus on, daytime shooting, mountain biking, hiking, running, any of that it's perfect for. But again, the nighttime and low light is just kind of not there. I will play with it a little bit more on other videos just to see if there's any other settings for the low light to see if I can get that to be at least 20 to 50% better. Maybe I'll shoot in manual to give that a test in another video just to see if I can lock the ISO at like maybe ISO 800. I think this sensor would be able to handle. But beyond that, I don't know what the micro jitters, what to really do with that. So we'll see. Might just have to have it actually mounted on something like the tripod or just in the action base. Or the nice thing is the individual camera has magnetic mounts on the back. So if there's something metal, I could just stick it on there. And then I wouldn't have to worry about the micro jitters. It would just be the ISO. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more camera reviews and vlogs. Thanks for watching.